What is Rootex about? Rootex is about, number one, the complexing of the phosphorus molecule that's in Rootex, okay? We take an organic molecule package and we put that in Rootex and we surround that phosphorus molecule so that it can't tie up with other minerals, calcium and iron, et cetera, to be specific, okay?
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, we have an amino acid package and a biostimulant package in Rootex that stimulates root structure, more specifically, lateral root branching. Why is that important? Because for 50 years, we've all bought into the concept of building your soil. If you keep adding all this fertilizer, you're building the soil fertilizer and it's going to pay off. We're still building the soil fertilizer, and phosphorus is more expensive than it's ever been. That math doesn't add up. Number one. Number two, we have all this stored fertilizer. In a year like this, would it not be nice to go and take some of that phosphorus out of the soil that you've been putting on and metabolize it? Problem is, how do I do that? Okay, here's how we do it. We create a plant that has lateral root branching and that can exude into the soil molecules that can dissolve that phosphorus tied up and assimilate that phosphorus ion into the plant. We know, we have done the metabolic studies, we know that the application of Rootex increases the plant production and exudation into the soil of citric acid. Citric acid will dissolve calcium phosphate, which is in the soil, and that phosphate is then available to be taken up by the plant. That is why Rootex is so efficient, and that is why it works so well, is we are not overloading the system, first of all, with DAP or MAP or whatever your fertilizer of choice is. We're not overloading the system. And second of all, we're actually metabolizing and creating soil health because we haven't put all that salt on the soil. Then the soil can start to metabolize and release all of that applied 50 years worth of phosphorus. I've never understood, particularly recently when we know what we know about plant metabolism, how the over application of phosphorus to build soil reserves at the current cost of phosphorus makes sense to a grower. I do not understand that. And I don't think it does. I think there's significant pushback because why? Because the ROI isn't there. The ROI isn't there. We've got to start getting out of the soil what's there. Okay. Rootex is not a new product to us.
Mhm.
Rootex is a 20-plus-year-old product. We have parts of the country that have been on reduced phosphorus programs for 2 decades. And everybody says you're mining the soil. I'm waiting for that to happen. I'm 2 decades in. We're still taking soil tests, and we see no reduction in the soil amount of residual phosphorus. Zero reduction. Okay. Wow. It's time we started addressing these issues and just not accepting that because that's the way it is, that's the way it has to be. No, we know better, and new technologies are coming down the line that allow for us to now talk about metabolism versus applied rates per acre.